Hi guys.
Hello, welcome back to another episode. We have finally gotten around to giving you what you've all been messaging us constantly about.
Which is a tour of our home.
It's a 2022 Yonder G-Shock full off-road family bunk van. It is an absolute beast and we're absolutely ecstatic to own it.
It is tried and tested.
Yes, it's we have been living in this for 4 months, so it has been used, has been tested, and we are now in a position where we're going to show you around. So
we are still living in it as well, keeping in mind.
Yeah, so if there's a few marks and bumps, it is our home. So anyway,
let's get into it.
Let's get stuck into it. I'm super excited to show you around this. So we'll start off at the front here. So first of all, the big girl's got an ATM of 4.5 tonnes. So because of that, we've got the DO45, not your standard DO35 that you'll see on most vans. It's paired with the bigger pin too, so just for that extra weight. These are just your standard plugs. That's one's for our hydraulic for our disc brakes. That's for our rear view camera, standard 12-pin plug, and DC charger, just in case you're wondering what all those do. Yeah, so the DO45s, they articulate in every direction, so when you're incline and climbing out of gullies and stuff, and if you happen to have a rollover, the van will potentially roll instead of taking the car with it. So yeah, DO45s, DO35s, absolute game changers as far as it comes into towing. Standard handbrake. Now they come with a standard 6-inch chassis all the way through. There's no joins, no step downs. It's just a solid 6-inch chassis, which is locally Australian made. And we've been giving this thing a bit of a workout and it has been absolutely impeccable. There's nothing that looks like cracking or even the paint. We've done heaps and heaps of dirt and it's still pretty well covered without any falling off. So and one thing they do quite well is they put this little hook on here. I know it's only small things, but just somewhere to hang your chains. Yeah, like I said, tiny little thing, but absolutely amazing when you've got to pull up in the mud and you're trying to keep all your stuff up out of the dirt. Now I'll drop a link up here of our install of this, but this is a Boss jockey wheel. It runs off a drill, so it's got a gearbox in it. You put a drill onto it and you wind it up and down instead of having to wind by hand. It's lightweight, and you can wind it right up and you can travel with it in, so you don't have to worry about storing it. But 1800 kilo working loads, these things are next level. I love it. We move on to just your standard stone guard. Obviously we clip ours a little bit when we turn too sharp with the canopy tray, but yeah, these just do stone guard things. You've all seen them. 9 kilo gas bottles. We may consider changing them down the track, but yeah, 2 9 kilo gas bottles. And now this is fitted by me. This is not a factory install, but this is a diesel tank for our diesel heater. Yeah, I'll just mount on there, 15 litre. I've just painted it black to stop the sun getting to it and cracking the plastic. Now up here we have the full 4-rack bike rack. Absolutely love this thing. They're fully lockable, so you wind them down. They all come with a key, so you can lock them, so you can leave your bikes up there. No one's going to get them. Strapped down. Lightweight, all aluminium, absolutely quality product. Just throwing it out there, we're not affiliated with any of these companies or products. I just like a good product when we use them, so I'm going to tell you about it. Now it sits above one massive toolbox, So this thing, yeah, it's a big toolbox, but we keep a fair bit of stuff in it. So pretty much all our stuff we use is set up for the van, so it sits in there. So if it's wet, it can sit in there and doesn't stink up the van and go all mouldy and whatnot anywhere else. So, and they're fully dustproof, fully waterproof. It's a cracker. Now, newest addition to the van, we've just added the stone stopper, and anyone that travels full time knows that stones can be a real pain in the butt. Again, I'll leave another link here if you want to go and check out our install vid on that. But it's made by the best, so it stops all your stone chips and whatnot from cracking into the front of your van, which we've already got a few of them, so hopefully this will stop that getting any worse on the way through. If I'm doing the fly swat, it's because there's plenty of flies around here. Then up top here we've got just the front work light, so if we're backing the car up onto it and whatnot, or doing anything in there at night, it's the LED work light in there, which is really, really bright, so that's pretty cool. And then just your clearance lights, more clearance lights. We move down. So this is our tunnel boot. It's got a massive tunnel boot in it. We just keep a couple of swags in here because we quite often leave the truck and just live out of the swags for a bit. Spare toilet cassette. If you're traveling full time and you've got a cassette toilet, highly recommend carrying 2 cassettes. We've had to double up on ours a few times now, so, and just our awning rafters. But yeah, so these come in, lock them, put them in, lock them right down. They suck in nice and hard, so there's no dust, no water. We've been travelling for nearly 6 months now, and we have no dramas with dust. There's been no dust get inside them at all. So we've gone with the charcoal, dark charcoal, and the black on black on black. So just to match the truck, the Ram. So everything is black. So we have no issues with heat or anything. Just don't notice the van getting. Our last van was white, so haven't noticed there's any difference. So if you're worried about colours of your van, but the darker colours, we honestly have not noticed a change in temperatures. They do look a little bit dirtier all the time, but so if you're paranoid about having a super clean van all the time, then dark's probably not for you. Now I'll move on to the Aussie Traveller windows. These are slimline design. They're a newish design that are pretty common now, but absolutely love them. Yeah, they stick in, they're not out of the way, so you've got less chance of catching trees and sticks on them. Double glazed, so they can help keep the heat out a bit. Plenty of locks, and they open right out wide, so yeah, we love them. We've got a nice big one here for the flow through ventilation on our bedroom, because our bed's just inside there. The checker plate, we got the extended height on the checker plate just to stop a bit more of that stone damage and whatnot. Keep the van looking as good as it can for as long as it can. 15 amp plug, your standard shore power. Plug it in when you can plug into power at caravan parks and whatnot, and charge your batteries back up or run your van on. Another Aussie Traveller. Down here we've got 3 95 litre water tanks, so 285 litres of water. I don't have a designated fresh water, but yeah, 300 litres lasts us. We can make it stretch out to somewhere near 2 weeks. So, and that's a family of 4, obviously. Now we drop down here. In here we've got the hydraulic pump for our 12-inch disc brakes. It's an Alco pump, fully submersible, fully waterproof, so it's not going to matter if we send that underwater, if anyone's worried about that. Yeah, disc brakes are a game changer. I wouldn't have another van without. They're just totally different. If you want to know any more about it, just drop a link in the comment and I'll get back to you on it. But now just heading back to the water, yes, it's good to have as much water as you can, but just remember that every litre of water weighs approximately 1 kilo, so it's all good to have lots of tanks, but being able to tow it and whatnot is, you need to be able to sort that too. But yeah, so we got the 16-inch black wheels with some, I think they're 265, 75 mud terrain tyres. Yeah, the good rides, they've been good so far. We've done about 14,000 Ks on them, and yeah, they're holding up really well. Done some pretty gnarly driving and whatnot with them too, so, and yeah, they've been really good. Been super impressed with them. These are just our Dometic compressor fridge hatches to let the hot air out, and that one up there is just your microwave vent to let the hot air from the microwave out. We've got our water in. That's just when you plug in your mains water, that's where that goes in. And an external shower, which are pretty standard on every van these days. So then moving down, we've got the grey water. This is just our grey water out, so you turn him on, grey water runs out. If you've got to catch it in national parks and whatnot, you close him up and you can take it wherever you want. We've obviously got the double bunk, just got the two boys, so we've got the double bunks with the big windows in them, so they've got plenty of ventilation getting into their bunks. Obviously we've got the G-Shock, which is top of the range of full off-road beast that it is. And in here we have, that's just a big storage hatch under the boys' bunks, holds all our crap, and it's basically like a little garden shed, so we can store everything that we don't want in the way, out of the way on there. Now swing around the back, we've got, this here is just our aerial for the pole for our, when we run our Netgear internet with our directional antenna on top of it, but we've recently changed over to Starlink, so that may come off in the near future. We're going to just keep it with us for now in case we're not happy with the Starlink, but anyway. Spare tyre, we just run the one. I don't think we need the two. And now dirty gear bags, we think these are a must for, especially if you're doing lots of off-grid travel, but if you travel full time, I highly recommend you have at least one of these just to take in your rubbish away when there's no bins about and whatnot. And we've got the TJM one, again, not affiliated at all, but really impressed with these ones. They've got just heaps of storage room, so we can take 3 bags of rubbish out with us, and yeah, so that's super cool. Then up here we have just an external work light again, so we can light up the back of the van behind us and see what we're doing at night. And the Safety Dave reversing camera, it runs to a screen in the front of the truck and you can see what's going on behind you. Hayley can direct me where we're parking and whatnot. So they're all pretty standard on most vans now, but definitely standard as a Yonder install, so nothing we've added to it. Then we have just a jerry can holder and a jerry can. This is 99% of the time empty. If we go super remote, we'll fill that up and put some extra unleaded in it, but yeah, 90% of the time, 99% of the time, that's just empty. But a bit of branding, so if you're not following us on all the socials, jump around them. Standard LED light sets, yeah, both sides, your number plate, all the lights are LED, and super bright and look neat as a pin. And just a standard, it's got a four mounting point bull bar on the back of it, so plenty strong, and you can put a bit of stuff on. I can stand up on that, no worries. So we'll swing back down the side. We've just got the Aussie Traveller legs as well. These things are cool. They've got really high adjustment, good locking bit, and they lock in nice and solid too, so you can put plenty on them, and we like them. Now, first time we've had on any van, we've had the Aussie Traveller awning. We've had different ones on our other vans, but this Aussie Traveller one is bloody cool. I like it. It's got locking to lock them in, and your standard twisty ones, but it's super easy to use, and just it's nice and big, nice and solid. We've had some good solid wind, and it's been really good. We've got up here, we've got 2 external work lights, or just your outside lights, which both go orange and white. So orange obviously to try and keep the bugs away, and the white is for when you need to see better. Now we've got waterproof external speakers, which are really, really good, and they put them up nice and high, so that even when it's raining, the awning sort of protects them a bit, so they're pretty cool. So we're more than happy with those. And we've just got another hatch, another hatch here. Now here's just our toilet hatch for the Bedford canister toilet. It just goes in there, nobody wants to really see what's going on in there. And we move on down. This is just a 10 amp power out. So this is when you plug into power, you can plug your power extension leads and whatnot in there. Right, we'll move on down now to the brains of the Cruisemaster operation. Our favourite part of the whole van is the Cruisemaster airbag suspension. If you're planning on travelling full time or doing lots of off-roading, I 100% recommend getting these, but yeah, so got it on. The compressor's just down here. Then you can put into auto. When you drive off, it'll set as an automatic ride height for you to ride off. It's just you got air out, so you can use air blowers and stuff to blow out all your whatnot. That's just for draining tanks and stuff. But yes, Cruisemaster airbag suspension is probably our favourite thing on this whole van. So then next one down, we have our entertainment hatch. So we can bring our TV out from inside, slide it into here. It's got 240 volt, 12 volt and aerial plug all in there. Plus a little bit of storage and whatnot, so that's pretty cool. A lot of vans just have them outside where you plug stuff in and sit it on this table. But yeah, we've got the built-in entertainment hatch, which we really love. And speaking of tables, your standard drop-down outdoor table. It goes, this is nice and solid, so you can put a fair bit of stuff on this. We've just got a little map of Aussie in there, just to keep track of where we're going or where we're heading. Yeah, they're dust-proof, waterproof to a point. Yeah, if you've got room for one, definitely recommend one of these. And we flick down to our handle outside, which again, it's got a blue light, so you can leave it on all the time if you're going out, so when you come back you know where it is, and then you can flick it to a brighter white light, so you don't have to turn them on. So then you can see when you're opening your door, this is again the Aussie Traveller. Pretty much everything on this is Aussie Traveller, which we've really liked all their products so far. So yeah, so these have you can split the door, and it has crim safe and midgie mesh on it, so intruders aren't getting in and your bugs aren't getting in. And then when you've got it closed up, give it a good yank and it actually sucks the door right in hard, and there is a full seal all the way around. So it's yeah, we've had no dramas yet with dust getting in, so super happy with these. And then just inside, I'll just flick this off. Just inside here these are our switches for outside lights and our suppression fan. So they're nice, and really like the place where that's located, so you can just walk out of the van and flick them on, or if you stand out here you can get to them easy. Down here we have your standard double step. Because of our height we needed a double. It just folds up under there and does step things, so nothing too untoward there. Close this up while we move forward. And again, another big hatch on this side. Window. It gives us good flow through ventilation right across our bedroom. It fills up the whole living area with good breeze. So that's just the catch for the door. And then down here we have another outside light, which if you had a slide, I'll swing this over. This is just the other side of the tunnel. We just stored our chairs in there, but you could put a slide in there for your barbecue, because the gas bayonet is just here. But if you had that, this work light would work perfectly to light up your barbecue and whatnot, but otherwise it just gives good light when you've got the awning and whatnot up. You can light up this whole area, so which it is switched from here, so you can do orange light, white light, and this is for that front work light, so all the switches are in there, nice and easy accessible, but out of the way and out of the dirt and dust. And then up in here the tunnel boot has its own light, so see that up there, it's got a blue light to give you a white light. Yeah, so they've thought of everything. It's plenty of light to never be in the dark. I'll shut this up, and then here again, this is just the other side of the stone stomper. It just connects on up here through some little brackets. And then we've got the other side of our toolbox is where we keep our barbecue. It's just on a slide, so you can slide it in and out, plug it into the gas bayonet, or run a separate bottle, plug it into that. And we keep all our cooking stuff in there, so what are these, jaffle makers and whatnot. But yeah, that's really cool. We like it for the fact that it's just out of the way. All the smell and stuff stays outside. It doesn't come up under the bed. And these toolbox hatches again are super waterproof. Then the last thing we've got here is pretty much all vans these days. But that's pretty much the external of the van, and now I reckon we jump underneath. I'll meet Hayley under there and we'll show you all the stuff underneath it. Let's go. Alright, get it under here. Been looking forward to this for a while, to crawling under the van, but righto, so underneath here, this is our grey water tank. One thing Yonder do pretty well is they protect everything. They've got their little stainless covers over all the tanks, all the wire, all the hoses and stuff. A majority of them are all tucked up high underneath, so the only one really is the grey water outlet. So yeah, they've done a real good job there. So that, anyway, this is our grey water tank, one of our drinking water tanks. But the main reason we're under here, these bad boys, the Cruisemaster M46 airbag suspension ATX. Yeah, these things are next level, and I know it gets thrown around a bit, but these are a game changer in the caravan world. They are, yeah, I would not be without them. So they go up and down. You obviously can't go too high because they've got a little lanyard here to stop you going too high, but you can drop them right down, drop them right up, and yeah, just absolute next level for ride quality. So if you're wondering what is one thing you should have on a caravan, if it's my suggestion, these bad boys right here, they're not the cheapest, but they are, yeah, the remote res shocks and whatnot, just yeah, just absolute game changers. Anyway, I'm shuffling away from it because I'll show you what else we got going on down here. This is the air tank. So you turn your compressor on for the airbags, fills up your air tank. So you've got I think it's a 24 litre tank. You got constant air when you need it. That way the airbags do their thing nice and quickly. They've all got grease nipples and stuff, so they're easy enough to maintain. And besides that, they just look cool. Yeah, so we're super stoked with our Cruisemaster, and definitely we'll be having it on every van we have coming in the future. And then just in front of us is the other two water tanks. So they're our 3 water tanks, and that little fella there is the exhaust for the diesel heater. It just runs out underneath here, blows all the exhaust out the side instead of into the cab. Anyway, now we're going to crawl our way back out, and Hayley will run you through the inside. So, alright, let's get out of here.
Alright guys, come on in and we'll give you a tour of the inside of our home. Alright guys, so let's get into it. So as you can see, when you walk through the door, you come straight into where the queen bed is. So we've got a nice big full queen bed here with a very comfy mattress, and even Daniel can fit on this bed being so tall. It's really good and comfy. It actually lifts up, so it's a lift up island bed with gas struts. We've got storage underneath, so as you can see down here, we've got a little cupboard to access our storage underneath, and that opens up there. And on this side of the bed we actually have our batteries under there and our inverter and things like that, but I'll let Daniel go into that later when he talks about the 12-volt system. We've also got here at the front of the bed our diesel heater outlet, so that's where all our warm air when we're in the cold come out and we keep warm. And also the management panel, which is just under there, that you can change the temperature and turn it on and off. So moving on to the bed area, we have 12-volt lights at either side with the USB port underneath. These lights turn blue, and the white light when you press it in, as most do. We've got our little nooks beside the bed there with the 240 plugs in there, and we've got nice big storage areas. So up the top here I can fit 3 felt baskets up there with my clothes in. We've got nice concealed locks underneath here to make it look nice and sleek. And we've got our shell locks here for our cupboards. Our cupboards all have shelves in it, so we can store our clothes in there nice and neatly. We've also each got a table beside the bed with a drawer and a cupboard underneath. So I can show you around this side. The drawer and the cupboard down below there. So as I said, it is a nice comfy queen bed with plenty of space to walk in and out of here quite comfortably. We've actually got Sirocco fans on both sides that you can swivel around and face towards the bed, and they're really good on hot nights to keep you cool and really easy to work. I've got my 2 hat hooks up there. They're just fusion lock hooks from Bunnings. We've got some nice bright lighting and also our overhead hatch there to let lots of air in. It's nice and big and airy, and it's also got lights on there as well. While I'm up here, we've got our aerial winder. So you wind it up and down from this port, and you can pull it out and twist it around if need be to find reception. We've also got our 12-volt TV. It is on a mount that can swivel around and face the lounge if we need it to. We've got all our management switches and things up there, our inverter switch and things like that. Another light switch here for the main bedroom. 2 nice big windows either side of the bed that push out and open and let the breeze flow through here. It is so nice and beautiful when there's a breeze. And also at the end of our area here, we've got our dust pressure suppression fan. So when you turn it on, you know, the cabin pressurizes and tries to keep out the dust when you're driving on dirty, dusty roads. So yeah, a nice big area for the adults in here. Big and roomy. So we'll move on to the kitchen and dining area. Alright, so our colour scheme. Let's go to the colour scheme. So as you can see, we have chosen a light grey wood grain floor. It is amazing for hiding the dirt when the kids are coming in and out all the time. So hot tip, if you can get a wood grain floor colour or a pattern floor colour, it is amazing for hiding the dirt. But I absolutely love this grey colour on the floor. We've gone for nice wooden textured bench and tabletop matching. It's very durable, and it's really, I absolutely love it. I'll go this again if I build it on a bed. So we've gone the charcoal coloured lounge. We did the leather lounge, so if we have any accidents and spills, we can just easily wipe it over. And white cupboards at the top, as you've seen in the bedroom, and the charcoal colours down below. We've also opted for a black pack in this van, so as you will see going around, we have black handle tops, we have black power points, we have black light switches, Sirocco fans, and kitchen and bathroom taps. So where are we going to start? We're going to start with the cupboards. So over this way in the lounge room area, we've got 4 big cupboards across the top. They're very roomy and spacious cupboards, all with hidden latches underneath there to have that sleek look again. And if you're going to ask me about the fingerprints, yes, we did go the gloss on the cupboards, not the matte finish. And yes, we do get fingerprints there, but it is very hard to see and it is so easy to wipe off. So yeah, we're happy with that. And in this last cupboard here, we have our BM Pro management system, battery and Odyssey link. And we've also popped our Starlink router up in there because of the 240 volt plug in there. And that links up to our battery management system tablet and front screen here, which shows you everything to do with our water and batteries and pumps there. But I'll let Daniel go into that further because he knows a lot more about it than me. So back to the dining room area, we have a huge window As you can see, it lets lots of airflow through this area. We have the 12-volt lights with the USB plugs underneath them, and we also have the telescopic table. So it has the footrest here, and you can move the table up and down, all the way down to there if you need to. Oh, clicks in, just have to push it a bit harder, and you can move it in there. Some people opt to have the extra cushion here, and you can make it into a bed if you wish, and some people like to travel like that because it makes it a little bit sturdier for the table, but you don't have to. That's just what some people do, and you just move it out and up, and it also swings right around, so you've got really good space there if you want to sit at the table like this, or you can swing it right round. Pull it out and push it in, so locks into place like that. It's really good. We love this, and all four of us can sit around this lounge quite comfortably. So yeah, that's our dining area. Also in this space we do have our fridge, but I'll talk about that in a second. What have we got here? We've got our reverse cycle air conditioning. We haven't used it a lot yet, but we have used it for cooling, and it works absolutely a treat, like getting all the way through the van. So yeah, love that one. Alright, I think we'll move over to the star of the show, our kitchen. Now our kitchen is a nice big angled kitchen with lots of bench space, so we absolutely love it, and it's also on our awning side of the van. So this nice big window here, you can talk to anyone that's out underneath the awning, or pass things through the window if you wish. So anyway, what am I going to talk about here? So I'll start with the drawers. So we've got some drawers down this end. So 3 drawers and a little fold down cupboard at the bottom to store things down there. We opted not to have an oven, so we've gone with a big drawer where the oven would be, and we've gone for gas cooking. So we've got our gas cook stove there and our grill here. This is a Swift cooktop and grill. We've got our range hood underneath here with a light and a fan. 2 big spacious cupboards down this end and 3 up along this end. So as I said, with the angled kitchen, we've got a large bench space here for your jug, your toaster, your coffee machine, or prepping your food, anything you want to do. So it's like absolutely awesome having this extra bench space. And we've got a nice deep sink here with the filtered water. We've got a separate tap for filtered water, and the mixer tap up the top. We've got a 12-volt light under here as well. I've just stuck another Fusion lock towel rack, and we pop our tea towel over there. We've got our oven switch and another 240-volt plug up here as well for your toaster and your kettle. And we've got our knife block here. So underneath the sink area, we've got 2 large cupboards. We just store all our food and things in there. We store our tea towels and our washing up liquid and things in these top cupboards. And down the end here, we've got our pantry, which we store all our knickknacks and things in. It's really good. Slide out pantry. These cupboards up the top are really, really big and roomy. They are so deep with the angled kitchen. You can fit lots and lots of things in there, or big things. Yeah, so it's really good. I actually store my coffee machine up in one of these. Alright, so we will move on to the fridge. We have a 188 litre Dometic compressor fridge. So that's what we chose for this van. It has a huge, we're a family of 4, has a huge freezer space in here. We keep all our meat, and I don't know what's in here, so be prepared. A huge fridge space in here. and as I said, we're a family of 4, so we can keep everything that we need for the week and more in this 188 litre fridge. We also have our microwave up here above the fridge. And I think that's it for the kitchen. We can move down to the kids' bedroom. So as we go through here, we opted to have a concertina door. So that is recessed into the bathroom here. But you just unhook it. Oh, it's hooked itself. And it has a little latch here that you just push in, and then you can pop it back and fold it when you're not using it. But at night time, or if you want to separate yourself from the kids, it's a really great option to have the concertina door. So in the kids' bedroom, there's a nice big walkway here. It is huge, easy to pass people. A couple of people can stand in here. We've got the kids' ladder. We've opted for the double bunk here and extra storage underneath. So we have 2 big drawers here with the kids' clothes in there, and a little storage spot down there for their shoes. They also, if you come in here, Daniel, they also have Sirocco fans at the end of their bed. They have their 12-volt light. I don't know if you can see that up the top there with their Bluetooth, their USB port underneath. And we've popped some clocks up there for the kids as well, so they can know what the time is. And they have their windows as well. Also in this area, they have a nice big hatch again with the light attached to the hatch, which is really, really good. And yeah, that's their bedroom area. Behind me here in this area again is a nice big cupboard at the back here with shelves. We store all the schooling items in there, homeschooling items. Another big drawer here to store things in, and our laundry area. So in our laundry area, what we've done here is we've popped a nice fusion lock shelf in to store our washing powder and whatnot on there. We've got a nice storage area in the washing machine as well. We just store some extra pegs in case we need it. And also down the side there, that's where we store our broom. Yeah, so onto the bathroom area. Alright, so in this area we have 2 big cupboards up top to store anything that you need. Oh, hang on. We've opted, like I said, for the black pack, so we've got the black sink and tapware. It's a mixer tap again. I've just popped a couple of fusion lock toothbrush holder and hand wash, I don't know what you call them, these things here. We've gone for the same as the bench top in the kitchen for the bench top in the bathroom. Our Thetford toilet with ceramic bowl here. We've got a towel rack to hang our towels and our toilet paper holder roll. We've also got fans and a hatch in this area, so we've got negative and positive pressure fan option, and also lights on the hatches here, which are, yeah, again, I love having that option in the van. We've got the overhead lights here and also another 12-volt light underneath the mirror here for extra lighting. We've got another big cupboard, storage cupboard down below. This is absolutely amazing. There is so much room in there, in that cupboard. Yeah, you could fit anything you wanted in there. Alright, and for the star of the show, the shower. So we've got a nice big 800 by 700 shower. Again with the black pack shower head and tapware. We've opted to put these shower conditioner shampoo containers on the wall here. So that's the only fixed thing that we have popped in this van. And they are put on with silicone. I've just got those from Bunnings, but they're really good. And also we've put in an extra storage fusion lock shelf in there. So both these doors too have little locks on them for when you're traveling that you just can put across to lock the door in place and make sure it doesn't swing open when you're traveling, and you can push the lock across when you're out. They also have this extra locking mechanism up the top of the doors, so if you push that to one side it gives the door an easier or a harder locking feel, and also helps to keep the door stable while you're traveling. Alright guys, so if you have any questions about the inside of our van, or if I've missed anything that you want to know about, just pop it down in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the inside of our home.
Now Hayley's told you about all the pretty stuff, I'll tell you about all the powerful stuff. We've gone for a pretty substantial 12 volt system in this van. We've got a bank of 3 200 amp hour lithium batteries, so 600 amps of lithium. On the roof we have 4 180 watt solar panels, so 720 watts of solar. As you've seen outside, there was a Anderson plug that I can run to a MPPT charger, which we've run a 300 amp folding solar panel on, so all up 1020 watts of solar. Anyway, I've lifted the bed up because we choose to travel with just about every pillow they sell at Pillow Talk. I do need a stand to hold the bed up. The gas struts do work without our monstrosity amount of pillows. And that'll stick him under there. So if Hayley comes in here, I'll get down here and run you through what we got. So plenty of storage room, as you can see under here. We have the BM Pro Mini Boost, which is the DC charger, so it's a 20 amp charger. It runs power from your car to charge your batteries. This little gadget here is the BC300, so it's a shunt. It basically, you can connect your power to that and it'll send signal to the BM Pro screen up there to tell you how much, if you add any extras onto your battery, it'll tell you how much power they're drawing. Without that, the system doesn't know what is getting taken out of the battery, so it can't give you a true indication. My favourite thing in the whole van is the Red Arc 3000 watt inverter. It is absolutely amazing. It runs everything. We've got the air conditioner, every power point, everything. We can run everything off that and a couple of most things. So yeah, if you're planning on running lots of 240 volt items, you need a big inverter. So we've gone for the biggest and the best. There is probably not going to be able to see, but right just here we've got a 70 amp MPPT charger. So that will take extra solar charge. We have one of our solar panels hooked to that because the BM Pro system, the battery management will only take 3 of them, so we've got one hooked through here, and if we run the external one, it runs through here as well. We also have, as you've seen outside, one more Anderson plug which runs to the mini boost, so we can add another 300 watt external panel if we want to, which would give us a total of 1300 watts of solar, which is absolutely massive. Yeah, so, and then we got the 200 amps in there. Absolutely beast of a system, and it has, we give it a hiding and it hasn't gone flat, it even gone close to flat, so Also down here is our diesel heater. So I'll just jump out of the way. Hayley can give you a quick look at that. Yeah, so that's our system. So that diesel heater is just a eBay special. I think it costs about 170 bucks, 180 bucks. We didn't opt to get it if sold at the time, just because we didn't think we'd need it, and then we did. So yeah, just a cheap eBay. So I might put the bed down so it doesn't fall down and hurt something, and then I'll swing up into this top carpet and run you through the battery management. So as Hayley said, this is a Starlink. It needs the 240 volt to run. So in here we have our hot water switch for when we're on 240 volt, our gas hot water, and our water pump. We've opted also, the BM Pro is Bluetooth, but we've opted for a hardwire just in case. So this is a lithium compatible battery management system. It has a 30 amp charger, AC charger, 30 amp DC charger, well, 12 volt charger. And this is the Odyssey link. It's a Bluetooth link that will send all our signals to the screen, which I'll get to in a minute. So we don't, so everything just runs through Bluetooth basically. And this also is to do with that same system. So great system, does everything we need it to do. So yeah, pretty happy with it so far. So I'll swing you over here and we'll just run through how this all works. Like, this is the brains of the operation. So it's our BM Pro Odyssey screen. So you go into it. We've had some pretty ordinary weather lately, and we do use our batteries hard. So that's why we're currently sitting on 50%, and it's not super sunny outside. So we're getting 22 amps in at the moment. We're in partial cloud, so pretty good. Normally we're sitting up around that 80% mark and 80-90%, so we're pretty happy with that. We have the grey water, which is our full rear tank. We're hooked up to water at the moment, so we haven't filled these up, but they're our water. These turn lights on and off, all from the touch of a button, plus you can run these. You can, if you wanted to, you can run tyre pressure management through this, so you can put your sensors on your tyres, you can connect them up to this. This actually acts as a laptop, like a tablet as well, so you can run the internet off this and Google searches and Facebook, Insta, all that sort of thing straight from this tablet. So it's a pretty nifty bit of gear. This is just our head unit for our speaker, which connects to inside outside. To the two speakers on the roof, which Hayley said. Actually, while I remember, we'll swing back around to the other side of the van, and I'll just to show you the changeover switches for the inverter. Right, so over on here we've got, this is the changeover switch to turn on the inverter. So once we press that, a red light comes on, and then everything in the van is now running off 240 volt power. So we can run the air conditioner, the kettle, coffee machine, anything we want is running off that now. This one, flick it when you're plugged into power, and it runs the battery charger, and also the fridge will start running off mains power. So it's not, because we've got the compressor fridge, but it will then run off mains power. And these are just your safety cutouts, so for the 240, and this one's for the inverter. So yeah, pretty standard stuff with this sort of system, but yeah, just that's what they do. And then we press that again, and then we're back to just pure 12 volt, or the 240 shut down. So yeah, basically with this system, it's not a real, it's a pretty simple sort of system. So just we wanted to keep it fairly simple but fairly powerful. So just keep in mind that you don't need those massive big systems that everybody goes on about. Do what's in your budget. That's what we've done, and it's working perfectly. So yeah, we're totally stoked with what we got. The only thing we may change in the future is some more solar on the roof, because solar's king. Doesn't matter how big a battery bank you've got, if you don't have the solar to recharge it, it's pretty pointless. So we may add another solar panel on the roof, but for now what we're doing is seeing us through. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the tour of our home. The Yonder van is absolutely amazing. We absolutely love it, and we can't think of any other van we'd rather have. So we're going to leave this one here. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up down there. If there's anything else you want to know, feel free to drop it in the comments and we'll definitely get back to you. If you've got any questions about anything, don't hesitate to drop them in there and we'll get back to you and answer them anything we can. But for now, we're going to leave that one here, and we'll see you on the next episode. Cheers guys.